You're listening to
Catholic Sprouts,
the daily podcast for Catholic kids that strives to plant seeds of faith. Hey there, Sprouts. Today is Monday, December 31st, 2018. It is also New Year's Eve, as I'm sure you know, but also in our Catholic faith, it is the feast day of the Holy Family. Now, as you likely know, the Holy Family consisted of Mary, our Blessed Mother, of her spouse Joseph, Saint Joseph, and of course, baby Jesus, or Jesus as he grew up, as you likely know. But what I want you to know is that we are going to be talking specifically about family and the Holy Family this week on the Catholic Sprouts podcast, because no matter who you are or where you're from, you are a member of a family, and that family is so important. It is important we celebrate it and think about it today, but we need to remember that family is something created by God and something given to each one of us, something we need to really celebrate, defend, protect, and also use in the way God intended us to use. So let's talk about family just a little bit today. So oftentimes our church leaders, when they're teaching about family, they call it the domestic church. The domestic church. Now, I know this might be a little bit of a complicated phrase, but let's talk about what it means. So, of course, the church is an institution where we worship God, where we learn about God, where we come together to celebrate Him, and where we really practice and grow in our faith. The domestic church, now domestic means anything that has to do with a family or things that we do at home. So it is a church at home. That's what a family is. Pope John Paul II, who is also a saint, he referred to the family as a school of love, meaning we learn how to love, we learn how to tolerate and react with charity to people in our families. As you probably feel, your family is the first place where you learn simple things like how to hold a fork or how to walk, but also more complicated things like the truths about our faith or how to understand the world around us in a complicated society that we live in. We learn all of these things at home. And although maybe you go to school and learn from a teacher, if you really think about it, the person that you have learned the most from is your mom and your dad. We also learn lots of lessons from cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents. All those people are part of our school of love, part of our domestic church. Now, sometimes we take our family for granted. We tend to think that the important things in life happen outside of our family. But today, on the Feast of the Holy Family, I want you to remember something. God thought that a family was so important that He created one for Himself. God was born into a family. Of course, God is God, and He could have entered human history in any way at any time that He wanted. He could have come down as a grown-up, as an adult, without any family or connection, but He decided to start at the beginning. He decided to start as a tiny little embryo inside of our Blessed Mother, Mary. He also decided that Mary should have a husband, Saint Joseph, and together they would do the work of raising Jesus here on earth. And they taught Jesus all of the simple things that you maybe have taught a younger brother or sister or helped your parents teach. How to walk, how to eat, how to speak, the correct things to do in certain situations, how to behave. All of those lessons are things that Jesus had to learn through His parents and in His own family. The very fact that Jesus belonged to a family means that we should think of our own family as not only important, but as holy. Your family is a very holy and wonderful gift given to you by God. And so, Sprouts, here is my challenge for you today. As you know, today is the last day of 2018. I would like you to make a special prayer intention today. I want you to think about your family, the members of your family, including yourself, and pray specifically for each member in your family. And think, what can I pray for this person this year? How might this person need blessings or support this year? And what can my prayer for them be? So go through each member in your family and offer a special prayer for them. And when you're done, ask God to send a special blessing on your whole family. That's it for Catholic Sprouts today. We'll be back tomorrow, but until then, continue to grow in your faith and truly sprout into the beautiful creation that God intended you to be. One last thing, I'd like to invite all parents and teachers listening to this episode of the Catholic Sprouts to jump on over to YouTube and discover a new channel devoted just to you. Catholic Sprouts for Moms is going to be sharing weekly videos that will hopefully help to inspire you in your own faith journey and become better teachers of the children entrusted to you. That's Catholic Sprouts for Moms, and you can find the direct link in the notes for this episode.